Fox Sports.
We are Black. We are Minnesota.
It's a little bit dreary outside here in Detroit today, but that won't stop the fans from coming out to Comerica Park for Game 2 between the Twins and Tigers. Minnesota looking for a better day at the plate and also a good start from Ricky Nolasco. This is a big opportunity for him, who struggled in his first season with the Twins, but really started to turn things around in his last 5 starts with an ERA under 3 and 26 strikeouts. I'm Jamie Hirsch inside Comerica Park. It is no secret that it was a disappointing year for Ricky Nolasco after he signed the largest free agent deal in Twins history. But it is a new year and a fresh start, and Ricky Nolasco knows he'll need to be better in order for the Twins to try to compete within the division.
I went through some ups and downs with some health and stuff, but got my work done rehabbing, and not that finishing well in September had any positive influence on my whole season, which is, like I said, I'll be the first one to admit was terrible and not up to my standards in any way. So thought I finished well in September going into the off season, and gave me a lot of motivation.
It's refreshing to hear such honesty from Ricky Nolasco about last year, but Dick Bramer and Bert Blyleven, what can Nolasco do now to really turn the page and improve this year?
Well, everybody's hoping that Ricky Nolasco has a better 2015. He spent the offseason recommitting himself to his craft, but now it all comes down to how he's going to do in the games.
Sometimes as a player you have to admit you have a bad year. For Ricky Nolasco to have a better year, he has to do certain things. And the first thing, his big thing, is get ahead in the count. Too many times last year he was 2-1, 3-1 in the count, 203 hits and 159 innings pitched. Change speeds. He's not going to overpower anybody with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. He has to hit his spots and then throw his curveball over for strikes. I think what we saw in September, Dick, is that he was able to have the arm strength back. Remember, he went on a disabled list a little bit. He came back. He threw his curveball, and it's a good one. If he gets that over, throw it for strikes.
He may be facing the toughest lineup in the American League. The Tigers, of course, have Miguel Cabrera, Victor Martinez, J.D. Martinez, and a new player, a guy who pretty much stole the show here on Monday.
Well, you look at Cespedes coming over from the Boston Red Sox, basically signing as a free agent, but this guy last year between the Oakland A's and Boston, 22 home runs. He drove in 100 runs. That's the last thing the Tigers need. You saw his defensive catch against Kurt Suzuki. Here the first day on opening day, a double and a triple. He's going to bring a lot of excitement with him here to the Tigers and their offense.
So Nolasco will hope for better results here. He actually pitched pretty well against the Tigers last year, and all the pomp and circumstance of opening day is behind us. It's just baseball as usual coming up next. Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is presented by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by the all-new Chrysler 200, America's import. Really, it's a series of cycles, of ups and downs, and everything in between. Every day, a fresh slate. Each game, a new battle to win.
So let the fire burn and the tables turn. It's a fight until the end. 'Cause it's all or nothing, all or nothing, all or nothing now.
Some call it a race, but it's more like a wave, and we'll ride it for 161 more games starting today. Twins fans here in Detroit didn't see much to cheer about on opening day. On Monday, the Twins shut out 4-0, hoping for a better result here today. Very cool and damp conditions. 39 degrees the game time temperature. Paul Molitor hoping to get his first win as a Twins manager here this afternoon. The Menards batting order identical to the opening day lineup with the off day yesterday. Paul wanted to come back with the same lineup. That means Danny Santana leads off. Then Brian Dozier, Joe Mauer, Torrey Hunter, Kenny Vargas, Trevor Plouffe, Oswaldo Arcia, Kurt Suzuki, and Jordan Schaefer.
And here this afternoon, that lineup will be facing Anibal Sanchez. Those are the numbers last year. Both starters that are facing each other had some injuries last year. Sanchez, he needs to stay healthy. Justin Verlander put on a disabled list. They need not only David Price, but Sanchez to stay healthy. He has always pitched very well against the Twins.
Tigers defense with Cespedes in left. Anthony Goes, the fleet-footed center fielder, gets the start today. J.D. Martinez in right. Castellanos, Iglesias, Kinsler, Cabrera, and Avila surrounding Anibal Sanchez. Santana hitless in the ballgame Monday. Hit a couple of bullets his first two times up, trying to get the inning started on the right foot, and he takes strike one.
Sanchez is a strike thrower, not a lot of walks. Last year, 126 innings for Sanchez, 30 walks, 1 intentional.
Bunted in the air, foul, 2 strikes, and only 4 home runs allowed in those 126 innings pitched.
Yeah, the best ratio of any pitcher in the major leagues, over 100 innings pitched. Again, only 4 home runs allowed.
2 strikes to Santana. And popped up. Castellanos across the line with the catch, 1 away. 1 down, and that'll bring up Brian Dozier. Of course, in spring training, the Twins signing Dozier to a long-term contract extension because they feel, and the numbers suggest, he's one of the best in the business.
Yeah, only Mike Trout scored more runs, only 3 more than Brian Dozier. 23 home runs. That's the best of the second baseman. And other categories, he did a very, very good year. He's had the most assist at second base over the last 2 seasons, so very solid defensively too.
As he did on Monday, goes after the first pitch. Pretty much the same result. This time Castellanos has to climb up the mound, and a couple of pop-ups for the first 2 outs. Kerwin Danley getting the plate for game 2 of the season. Lance Barksdale at first, DJ Rayburn at second, then Joe West at third.
Well, if you're a baseball player, you really don't like to play on a day like today, but it is not raining. They will get this game in. You mentioned, Dick, 39 degrees. It's chilly out there. Pitchers are allowed to blow on their hands. Hitters trying to stay warm. Little extra clothes than they wore in spring training. And a lot of elements that come into cold weather at the beginning of the year.
I thought Paul Molitor, in meeting with the media today, brought up a good point as you see another St. Paul native in the box, Joe Mauer. And Paul was talking about the weather. He said as he progressed through his career, the ball hit on the ground. We'll have to continue that thought later as Anibal Sanchez has a very quick 1-2-3 first inning. title. And he picked up a win on opening day. Here is his Menards batting order. A little bit of a change from what he sent out there on Monday. And it starts at the top, and in center field, Anthony Goes gets the start today. Ian Kinsler with good numbers against Ricky Nolasco. Then Miguel Cabrera, Victor Martinez, J.D. Martinez, Yoenis Cespedes, Nick Castellanos, Alex Avila, and Jose Iglesias.
And Ricky Nolasco on the mound, 6-12 last year, very high ERA. We talked about him in the open. He knows that he had a miserable year, looking to redeem himself this year. Made 3 starts last year against the Tigers. Very good starts. He is 1-0, 2.33 ERA against the Tigers in those 3 starts.
First pitch fouled back. And you touched on one of the keys for Nolasco in today's game, getting ahead of batters, and another key will be keeping this guy off the bases because he can flat out fly.
Yeah, Goes coming over from the Toronto Blue Jays in a trade over the winter.
High fly to center field, and Schaefer finds the ball through the fog or the low hanging clouds. He makes the catch, one away. Northland Ford defense for the Twins. Of course, everybody back where they were on opening day. Arcia in left, Schaefer in center, Hunter in right, Plouffe, Santana, Dozier, Mauer, and Suzuki behind the plate. And you can see the dampness in the air, I guess, the low clouds.
Little breeze blowing in from straightaway center.
Here is Kinsler, and there's ball 1. Kinsler, a very solid year, 161 games played. And that's one of the reasons this Tiger team is so good. You know about the players, the Cabreras, the Martinezes, and unless they're on the disabled list, it seems like they're all in the lineup every game. There's a strike, 2-1.
You know what, when you have a player like Cabrera that puts up his numbers like he has over the years, and he is out there every day, it's kind of like what Texas, I think, missed from Prince Fielder, because Fielder was always that guy every day out there. They missed him last year.
And now Nolasco gets a foul ball to even the count, 2-2.
Kinsler in his 2nd season with the Tigers, 4-time All-Star. Was an All-Star for the Tigers last year, 3 times with the Texas Rangers.
And up high, 3-2 with Cabrera on deck.
When we think about, you know, Cabrera and Martinez and J.D. Martinez and Al Cespedes, this guy has power. 173 Major League home runs, hit 17 last year for the Tigers.
To right field and hit well. Hunter going back, ranging back, and makes the catch on the warning track. A great catch by Torrey Hunter in right.
Boy, great concentration. You know, he had 2 years here in the Tiger uniform to learn that right field and how that fence kind of goes out a little bit in right center. But 365-foot mark, Torrey Hunter goes straight back. You can see him go right into that angle. And if that ball's over a little bit to the 365, might be off the fence, but Torrey followed that fence and made a great catch.
You know, you had touched on his route. He went straight back, and you look from where he started and where he caught the ball. It was a straight line, and that would seem to me to be a tough play for a right fielder. You got a right-handed batter, and that ball must have had some spin on it and some slice, but he's acclimated himself awfully well to right field, at least in this ballpark.
And even at 39 years old, I think we saw Torrey in a Twins uniform and other uniforms, not afraid to crash into the wall. So even though he made a great catch, he didn't care if that wall was there or not. Luckily, it was just hit to the center field side of that 365 mark.
2-0 to Cabrera, and this one flipped foul. I'm not sure. I'm guessing Torrey might still have some scabs on his knees from the rug burns at the Metrodome, diving for catches indoors at the Metrodome, running into fences, leaping over them. 2-1. And Nolasco getting a couple of outfield flies.
9 Gold Gloves for Torrey Hunter. Center field, mainly.
Kerwin Danley flinched, but did not bring up the right arm. 3-1 now to Cabrera.
Cabrera just 2 hits and 9 at-bats against Nolasco. And Ricky's been able to strike him out 5 times. But he walks him here.
2-out walk. In his heyday, he was the best in the biz in center field.
He took that baton from Kirby Puckett and he carried it to the next level again. 9 Gold Gloves for Torrey Hunter. Great concentration, great athletic ability, and offensively, one great player.
And as everyone found out after the game Monday, a very vocal player. He speaks his mind.
Yeah.
Might get him in trouble from time to time, but we'll talk more about that in his second inning at bat. Here's a pitch over the inside corner.
Tell you what, it's never bad when you tell the truth.
It can be expensive.
Well,
strike 1 to Victor Martinez. And now down and away, 1-1. As we mentioned on Monday, the Tigers were concerned that either or both Cabrera and Victor Martinez might not be ready to go at the start of the season, but they're both in the lineup. And Martinez maybe defying longer odds to get into the lineup. Chop towards first. Mauer, it's a fair ball, and Martinez never left the batter's box. It's the end of the inning. A walk to Cabrera does no damage, in part because Torrey Hunter showed a little Gold Glove magic in right field. Torrey Hunter leading off the second inning for the Twins against his former teammate Anibal Sanchez. It'll be Hunter, Vargas, and Plouffe. First pitch popped up again. Sanchez is picking up very quick outs. He's thrown 7 pitches and he's gotten 4 outs. Take a look at the third out of the bottom of the first with Joe Mauer making the catch of the chopper.
Well, watch Joe right here. He's leaning over the bag in foul territory and gets that ball very close. But Lance Barksdale, the first base umpire, saying that ball was fair. Joe went by the bag, saw that was fair, went back and touched the bag for the third out.
Here's Vargas, and there's strike 1.
Yeah, you almost have to take a strike.
8 pitches, 7 strikes. And already 4 outs. Vargas, the designated hitter, takes strike 2.
Yeah, Vargas got the Twins' first hit yesterday in the 5th inning against David Price. That was a base hit with 1 out. Twins had only 5 hits, all singles. Sanchez gives you a little turnaround. He's almost like a miniature Louis Tion. He'll show you that number on the back of his jersey, number 19. That's kind of gets to him to his balance point in the wind-up position.
You can see the Tigers playing Vargas straight up, and that's a change too from what we saw some last year and in spring training. Vargas through spring training from the left side was drilling the ball to the opposite field, and maybe we're seeing the result of that here in the way the Tigers in the infield are playing him.
Well, his base hit yesterday went to left field.
And just missing the inside corner. It's a full count. Swung on and missed. And Sanchez gets his first strikeout, 2 down. The Tigers finally today put Justin Verlander on the disabled list. First time in his career he's been on that list. Our Sanford Health Injury Report giving you an update on the Tiger roster.
Yeah, Verlander threw the other day and said when he warmed up he felt pretty good, but then as he started to throw a little bit more he still felt something irritation in that right tricep area.
Here's Trevor Plouffe, and there's ball 1. Plouffe hitless in the opener on Monday. Twins ended up getting 5 batters on base, 5 singles. And as much as you can bunch 5 singles together, they actually did okay. They got back-to-back singles twice, but still couldn't get a runner to third base. 2-0 now to Trevor Plouffe. And taken for a strike.
Well, Sanchez making his 10th career start against the Twins. 2 wins, 2 losses. Very good 2.6 ERA against the Twins. His 5th start here at Comerica Park. He has a 2.17 ERA against the Twins here.
Chop foul. Plouffe trying to get something started with 2 away. And he takes a call, 3rd strike. Couple of strikeouts for Sanchez in the 2nd inning, and the Twins again go down 1-2-3.
head to the bottom of the second. Ricky Nolasco is ready for a fresh start, and he's already learned a lot from his new pitching coach, Neil Allen. The two of them are working together to incorporate the changeup more into Nolasco's game, and not just with left-handed hitters, but more with righties, too. Neil Allen told me that April is a very big month for Nolasco to really set the tone for the rest of the year. He said he was impressed with what he saw from him this spring, but he wants him to focus on two things in particular: getting ahead in the count and trusting his fastball, guys.
Thank you very much, Jamie. 16 pitches in the first inning, 8 for strikes. There's that breaking ball. Yeah, that's what I saw from Nolasco when he came back off the disabled list. Again, I'm going to say that he pitched with that elbow that had some irritation in there. That ball left up, but it's a strike. And there's another good breaking ball. And Nolasco working ahead in the count.
It was a disastrous year for Nolasco last year. You get a look at this, maybe a sinker right down here. And in.
Yeah, it was. Two-seamer.
Yeah. Nolasco's ERA more than a run higher than his career ERA. And an off-speed pitch, tapped foul. Nolasco came into last year with an opponent batting average of .270. In his first year with the Twins, it was .316.
Yeah, left-handers hit .333, .334. Right-handers .297 against Nolasco. But you know what? What's good about it? That was last year.
Plouffe charges, flips on the run.
Nice play.
And J.D. Martinez is retired.
Nice play by Trevor Plouffe right there. He's playing about deep third base because you respect the power of J.D. Martinez. It's kind of a swinging bunt. You don't even see Plouffe on your screen right here, but here he comes. He has to get it on that short hop and then on the run get enough on it over to Mauer to retire Martinez at first base. Good play by Trevor Plouffe.
One down, and that'll bring up Yoenis Cespedes. And he did steal the show on Monday. A great catch over the fence, and two parts to the catch. One was being athletic enough to jump on the run and reach over the fence, but the speed to get to the warning track in time to make the catch over the fence. And it even surprised his manager, Brad Ausmus.
Delman Young would have had that too.
He even surprised his manager, Brad Ausmus, who said, I thought the ball was gone. I didn't realize that Cespedes was that fast in the outfield.
Well, Cespedes is coming over from Boston in a trade. I mentioned earlier that he was a free agent, but the Tigers ended up trading Rick Porcello away to get Cespedes. And take a look right there. It's off the bat of Kurt Suzuki. It looked like it was a home run, but he got back there quickly. Good concentration, leaped, and even David Price says thank you very much.
1-2 to Cespedes, and now 2-2. And Nolasco on an off-speed pitch gets his first strikeout of the game. 2 down. And that'll bring up Castellanos.
First strikeout for Nolasco. Looked like the breaking ball. Good location for the second out.
Castellanos with 2 gone in the second inning. High fly center field, and Schaefer
good quick inning
makes the catch, and Nolasco has a quick 1-2-3 second inning. hope to do a lot more celebrating this year. They hope to do some run scoring here today. Oswaldo Arcia will lead off the third, taking ball one from Sanchez. And unlike Vargas, the Tigers playing a very harsh pull shift for Arcia. Up high 2-0.
Yeah, 9-inning ball game yesterday Monday that the Twins were retired 1, 2, 3, 6 times in the 9 innings. Already 6 up, 6 down for Sanchez.
Swing and a miss. Asked Paul Molitor this morning whether he was, on the surface it sounds like a stupid question, but I think there was some legitimacy to it.
No.
I said, were you happy with the at-bats that your team took against David Price, even though he didn't score any runs? And he said, yeah, early in the game there were 3 or 4 line drives that were caught for outs, and he said for the most part guys went up there with a plan. They didn't give away any at bats. They just didn't have anything to show for it.
Sometimes you have to tip your hat to the opposing pitcher, and Price pitched a great ball game, but had some great defense behind him. There we go.
Stroke to center, and Arcia ahead on the count. Such an important factor, I think, for him, getting himself into a hitter's count, getting a pitch to drive, and he drove it.
Well, as I mentioned before, both these starters here this afternoon, they're not going to walk a lot of guys. And even on that pitch right there, pretty good location, but good piece of hitting by Arcia as he went down. He got that line drive base hit, his first hit of the season.
And now Suzuki, who hit the deep drive toward the fence, over the fence, caught by Cespedes in the game on Monday. And strike one. Twins obviously never had a lead on Monday. We have a chance here with a leadoff single, maybe turn it into their first lead of the season. Up high, 1-1.
Sanchez, 30 years old, in his 4th season with the Tigers. Came up with the Marlins in 2006, the same year that Ricky Nolasco came up with the Marlins. Pitched a no-hitter in 2006 in his rookie season against the Diamondbacks.
Missing the inside corner, 2-1. Talked a little bit about this on Monday, and you mentioned the Tigers trading Rick Porcello a year before his anticipated free agency. The Red Sox extended Porcello, gave him a big contract yesterday. 2-1. And Arcia nearly standing on the bag. But one of the ways to measure how deep the Tigers have been in starting pitching, not just the pitchers they have, but the pitchers they have done without. Scherzer leaves as a free agent. Pfister traded. Porcello traded. Now in this case, Verlander put on the disabled list. So all it means is the Twins face, here's Arcia taking off, and the pitch popped up to short center field. And Cespedes, running in front of, goes for the catch. One away. One down. That'll bring up Jordan Schaefer. And the Red Sox figure to have Porcello in their lineup now and kind of building their rotation around him and the Clay Buchholz now.
One thing that Porcello did, a 16-game winner last year, he will give you the innings, and that in today's game gives him that 4-year contract worth at over $80 million.
So the Tigers doing without Scherzer, Porcello, and the Pfister and Verlander, and all it means is the Twins, instead of facing a Cy Young Award winner today, face the 2013 ERA champion in Sanchez. Here's Schaefer. And up high, ball one.
But as I mentioned before, last year he had a couple stints on a disabled list. One with the finger problem and then the pectoral strain that he had. So he made only 21 starts last year. Excuse me, 21 starts, threw only 126 innings, so they need him to stay healthy.
Tap to the right side. Kinsler gets the force at second. No chance for a return throw to first and getting the speedy Schaefer.
Drew Smiley. Went over to Tampa Bay Rays.
Today's Cold Hard Facts brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. First 2 days of the season, Sunday and Monday, 6 teams were shut out. Twins had a lot of company on opening day. That's an all-time high in the history of baseball.
You got to love that pitching.
See if the Twins send Schaefer here now. He's a very speedy runner. He loves stealing bases, and this would be a great opportunity for the Twins to use their running game for the first time this year. And the Tigers pitch out. It's kind of a pitch out. It was down around the knees.
Yeah, Vila kind of came out of his crouch position to catch that ball, and it was about knee high.
Santana fouled out to Castellanos his first time up. And a step off.
And of course, that's, like you mentioned, Dick, a big part of Schaefer's game. 15 stolen bases in 20 attempts last year. 103 major league stolen bases. Trying to get in the scoring position here. And they're paying some attention to him.
Through spring training, it was typical for Paul Molitor to put some speed on the 9th spot, whether it was Aaron Hicks or Jordan Schaefer, for situations like this. Got speed in the batter's box and speed at first base. Down and in, 2-0. Twins weren't able to use any kind of running game, trailing early and having just a handful of runners on base the entire game.
Santana, I'm sure, looking fastball away. Another throw over that is picked by Cabrera.
Ooh. Close play, and Cabrera didn't hang on to the ball, but Schaefer nearly got picked off.
Yeah, throw low right here. Very close. It was a perfect throw.
Strike call. Now, when you threw over to first, I mean, did you?
I hated to do.
But you did it.
Well, yeah.
Unlike John Lester, he doesn't do that. He doesn't throw to the bases, I guess. But is that where you want to throw it, or is that a high risk throw?
That's a little high risk throw. You'd like to throw it, say, about belt high or thigh high.
Swing and a miss, 2-2. And now with 2 strikes, I would think the odds of Schaefer taking off are even greater. Trying to do something here in the 3rd inning after Oswaldo Arcia's leadoff single.
Yeah, 33 pitches, 19 strikes, a couple strikeouts for Sanchez. Schaefer with a nice lead. There he goes.
Call 3rd strike, and Santana flings the bat away. Twins leave a runner on first. No score after 2.5. your link to what's next by NorthlandFord.com and your local Northland Ford dealer. And by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. A cool, damp day here in Detroit. Game time temperature 39 degrees. Looking around the booth here, there are 4 of us in the booth, and there are 2 of you wearing stocking caps. I'm not one of them.
Trying to keep my ears warm.
Okay.
Wearing my Circle Me Burt stocking cap. Alex
Avila will lead things off in the third. See? I mean, it's not that bad.
But you have gloves. I have no gloves.
Avila takes a strike. So far, so good for Nolasco. A 2-out walk to Cabrera. He has gotten 3 fly ball outs, a couple of ground ball outs, and a strikeout.
8 batters now, 5 first pitch strikes.
Avila with an opposite field 2-run home run to make it a 3-run second inning for the Tigers on Monday. He'll be followed by Iglesias and goes.
7th season for the Tigers for Avila. All-star for the Tigers in 2011. Last year a struggle. A lot of concussion issues. Hit only .218.
And Nolasco again trying to work inside, but he missed the corner. 2-1. Foul back. We were talking a few moments ago about Paul Molitor commenting about the weather, and he said as he got older, now granted he's from the upper Midwest, but he was saying he tried to take it, the elements, the weather conditions, and turn it into a positive, that it was going to affect the other guy more than it was going to affect him. And again, probably a little easier for a guy from St. Paul to do that, somebody from California like Nolasco, but he looks like he's feeling very comfortable out there here today. Outside, 3-2.
Well, a lot of guys get used to how they prepare for a ball game. See Nolasco with the short sleeves, even though it's 39 degrees, feels comfortable that way.
Full count to the leadoff man here in the third. The only Tiger base runner so far, coming on a walk in the first inning. Twins put a pull shift in the infield for Avila. Checked his swing and took a walk. And Avila ends up at first base to start the third inning. That'll bring up Iglesias. Join Fox Sports North for the Minnesota Twins kickoff to the home opener Saturday, starting at noon at the Mall of America Rotunda. Join us for tailgate games, giveaways, prizes, meet the Fox Sports North girls, and more. Plus, catch Twins live from Mall of America studio starting at 12:30 p.m., followed by the Twins game on the Rotunda big screen. Visit foxsportsnorth.com for more details. We hope for warmer and better weather when we get to Chicago this weekend. Here's Iglesias. Plouffe in a step or two at third base.
Yeah, you got to watch the bunt right here. Dave Clark, the third base coach, going through a set of signs. Iglesias, of course, missed all of last year due to stress fractures in both his legs.
Inside, nice catch by Suzuki. 34 pitches for Nolasco, 18 strikes.
Well, that two-seamer.
Oh, a lot of run on it.
Suzuki stayed with it, right? You can get a ground ball if you throw that over the plate. Good sink on it.
It's been a often told story here this spring that Nolasco committed himself to getting in better shape, worked out during the offseason with Giancarlo Stanton, hired a nutritionist to lose 20 pounds. And that ball taken for ball 2.
That's why a couple throwovers to first. Nolasco first time didn't really come to a set position and throw over. I think that came from the dugout. Okay, come to your set. See if Iglesias does show bunt early. And he showed bunt right there.
Now it's a 2-0 count. Taken for a strike.
I say that only because of, with Avila at first base, he's not a threat to run, so the dugout maybe wants to see if Iglesias shows bunt early.
Might be a potential hit and run situation here.
Avila telling Joe Mauer, didn't he realize I don't have any speed?
2-1 to the number 9 batter. Avila stays put, and the ball drilled to left field. Arcia won't get it. It one hops the wall. Avila to third, and he'll be held there. The walk backed up by a double off the bat of Iglesias.
Anytime you buy real estate, you say location, 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 and this fastball came running in on Iglesias. He had the count in his favor, and this is exactly what hurt Ricky Nolasco last year. Counts like this, 2-1, you have to come in with a hittable pitch, and Iglesias did not miss it. His first double, his third hit. You can see Suzuki wanting that ball outer half of the plate, but that ball came running right back into that swing.
Anthony Goes hit a fly ball to Schaefer his first time up in his first Tiger at bat. And Nolasco in a situation where he needs a pop-up or a strikeout. Fouled back, 1 strike. There is no question that Goes can play this game at this level defensively. There is some question as to how well he will hit. Everything that they're concerned about regarding Iglesias, they have those same concerns about their center fielder Anthony Goes.
Yeah, 3 seasons up and down with the Toronto Blue Jays, only a career .234 hitter in 202 major league games.
And an off-speed pitch tickles the inside corner.
Curveball right there. You can utilize that curveball as a changeup, and that's exactly what that curveball did to Goes. Now ahead in the count. You have to trust your catcher if you're going to go back to a breaking ball right on the other side of the plate. Went fastball, something hard down and in.
And Goes very much a strikeout candidate. 552 major league at bats, and he has fanned 170 times. So Nolasco will try to get him here and then go after Kinsler with 1 out. Pulled foul on the ground.
Yeah, defensive swing on that curveball.
Nolasco in his years in the National League struck out about 7 per 9 innings pitched. And his strikeout rate a little bit less than that last year. All his numbers were less than hoped for. 1-2. Checked his swing, or did he? Joe West says he did.
Now changeup right there, down in the strike zone.
Joe West has been kept busy in the third base coach's box with the home plate umpire asking him for help.
Something he could have asked the other day.
I'll set him up. You hit him as far as you can. 2-2. Breaking ball. Punch to short left. Arcia coming in, making the catch, and that's as good as a pop-up.
That's a good pitch right there, the curveball. I was going to say, you could either go in with that fastball that runs back over the inside part of the plate or stay with that breaking ball, because watch the swing of Goes right here. It's kind of a defensive swing right off the end of the bat, not hit deep enough. So Avila at third base, he's not going to tag up. So a big out for Nolasco.
Middle infield at standard depth. Mauer and Plouffe roughly even with their bases, with Kinsler in the box. Ball 1.
Now this is where the Tigers are so strong, because look who's on deck in Cabrera. So you face a guy like Kinsler that's already a good hitter, drove in 92 runs last year, and then you have Cabrera on deck. You have first base open, but
half swing but a strike. Tigers got from Kinsler what they saw when he was with the Texas Rangers. Hit .275, a run producer, an all-star. While Prince Fielder had a lost year because of injury. 2-1. And now 3-1. And can you imagine a better situation for someone to be in than Kinsler right here? He had maybe 2 of the 5 best hitters in the American League hitting behind him with a base open, and he can just about guarantee he's going to get something to hit here. I would think.
You would like to, make him hit the ball somewhere, pop it up, ground ball, give up a run maybe. Infield playing back. Joe Mauer even with the bag at first. Plouffe playing back at third.
Foul back, 3-2. Kinsler has never struck out 100 times, just once 90 times. So in addition to the power, he's pretty good hitter at making contact.
Yeah, good handler of the bat.
Nevertheless, Nolasco will try to get him here. Full count to Kinsler. Breaking ball, fought off, dumped into center, and it'll score 2 runs. No, Kinsler didn't hit it hard at all, but he found some grass in short center field, and it's 2-0 Detroit.
That breaking ball stayed up a little bit right there, and Kinsler fought it off. But let's do a little pitch by pitch. Nolasco fell behind on the first pitch. So it's 1-0. Pretty good breaking ball right there. Comes back with it again to even the count. Then the fastball away. That's the fastball he has to control better. He missed again. 3-1. Then the foul ball. And then the breaking ball. He kind of left middle in. And Kinsler, I think you mentioned it, pretty good handler of the bat. Looped it in the center. 2 runs batted in. Tigers have a 2-0 lead.
And a breaking ball over. Strike 1 to Cabrera. Drew a 2-out walk in the first. .50 pitches, 28 strikes for Nolasco. Just off that outside corner. 1-1.
.16 pitches in the first, only 11 in the second. This will be pitch number 25 here in the third inning for Nolasco.
The inning started with a walk to Avila.
Yeah, keep an eye on Kinsler too. Even though they have Cabrera and Martinez, the next 2 hitters, he can steal some bases. 15 stolen bases last year in 19 attempts.
A couple of years where he stole 30 or more bases.
.187 career stolen bases for Kinsler. And Omar Vizquel, the first base coach, talking to Kinsler.
Towering fly ball down the right field line. And back into the seats. Join other Twins fans for an early season special ticket offer at Target Field. It's the Tory Territory offer, April 17th through the 19th. The package includes a ticket in the Great Clips, great seats in right field where you can cheer on Tory from close range. Also get $10 in food and beverage credit plus a Tory Territory t-shirt. Get your tickets today at twinsbaseball.com/Hunter. The game will be against the Cleveland Indians. Talked about this too on Monday, how it's nice for the Twins. I think you want to find out where you stand in the first 4 series for the Twins are against the other 4 teams in the division.
Yeah, almost a whole month of April, it seems like, in the division. If they go to Seattle on the next road trip, that's it.
1-2 to Cabrera. Off-speed pitch.
Well, how does he take that
I don't
pitch?
know.
That's a very good curveball.
2-2.
I guess that's how you're a career 313 hitter. You take pitches like that. Excuse me, a career 320 hitter.
There goes Kinsler. Pitch hit to third. Pass Bluth. Arcia will try to cut it off, but Kinsler will round third and score the 3rd run of the inning. Cabrera with an RBI double. And the Tigers, who had a 3-run second here on Monday, so far have a 3-run third.
Well, he basically spit on that curveball. That was a pretty good pitch to even the count to 2-2. Nolasco came back with another breaking ball, and Cabrera hooked it. That ball a little bit higher, and Cabrera, Bluth playing off the line. Cabrera hooked that ball right down that third baseline, out of Bluth's reach. And with Kinsler taking off, Kinsler scores easily for the 3rd run of the inning against Nolasco.
That's pretty impressive what we just saw from Miguel Cabrera. The one that was hit for a double, about 2 inches closer to him than the one he took for a ball. So if you're Nolasco, where in the world are you supposed to throw it? I mean, if it had not been swung on, it was on the outside corner for a strike, or so it appeared. And instead, Cabrera just reached across the plate and hooked it into the corner.
Well, what I've seen, Nolasco's curveball is good. I mean, he's got good tight. His fastball, doesn't have control of his fastball right now. They're going to go ahead and walk Victor Martinez intentionally.
Victor Martinez will be intentionally walked, and in the books, it'll be the 3rd walk-off Nolasco. Held the Tigers without a hit prior to this inning, but now 3 walks and 3 hits on Nolasco's log, and the pitch count continues to mount. So
let's take a look at these 2 pitches now. The count is 1-2. And pretty good pitch right there, but Cabrera took it for a ball. It was low. And then watch this breaking ball. They're going to try to do it again. This time he leaves it up a bit, and Cabrera, I mean, like you said, not much. Maybe, 6 inches high, and Cabrera pulls it down the left field line.
Well, big spot in the ball game here. The Tigers already have 3. And J.D. Martinez up. Still only 1 out in the inning. And Nolasco trying to get a ground ball hit at somebody. To left. And Arcia over to make the catch, out number 2.
There's a fastball I was talking about, Dick. That ball kind of came running in on him a little bit. We've seen the movement of the fastball from Nolasco. He's definitely missing away with that fastball, but he's running that ball in. So a lot of pitches this inning, 32 so far. And you can see the strike-to-ball ratio, not where Nolasco wants it.
And another potent right-handed hitter in Yoenis Cespedes. Got a double and a triple in the ball game on Monday. And it might very well take either one of those to score Cabrera from second base. Not a whole lot of speed out there for the Tigers. Strike 1.
This is a ball club, the Tigers, you really have to show that you will come in hard off the plate, or these guys are going to be lunging at that curveball. So you have to almost brush them back. Another big breaking ball and a big swing.
2 strikes to Cespedes.
See where Suzuki wants this pitch. Again, left middle in. That looked like a home run swing.
That'll look like a home run pitch. And breaking ball gets him. A foul tip. Suzuki tried to sell it, but the ball tipped first into the dirt, apparently. And so the inning will continue. Breaking ball away, and Cespedes apparently got a piece of it.
Let's take a look at the third straight curveball.
Well, as I said, Suzuki tried to sell it by coming off the field, but clearly the ball hit the dirt after hitting the bat.
Well, 3 straight breaking balls. Do you use a 4th one?
Tapper in front of Plouffe, and that's going to be a tough play. And they're loaded up. A 60-foot single for Cespedes, and they're loaded up for Castellanos.
Well, they went to the fastball, but it was up a little bit. You have to go in further right there. You're ahead in the count. Cespedes and his speed able to beat that out, so bases loaded with 2 outs. Suzuki again sitting away, and the ball just chopped. Nothing Trevor Plouffe could do about that.
8 batters in the inning, 6 have reached. And now they're loaded up for Castellanos, who ended the second inning with a fly ball to center.
And it all started with that leadoff walk to Avila, the number 8 hitter.
Bounced foul, 1 strike. A marathon inning for Ricky Nolasco. And even though this will only be his 65th pitch, these pitches here in the third might be the most important pitches of the game.
Well, these are the innings that got away from the starters last year. Too many multi-run innings.
Half swing. And it's 0-2. But Nolasco got to this count with Cespedes.
Well, this looked like just a quicker breaking ball. So a lot of breaking balls thrown by Nolasco.
Oh, 2. Nice block by Suzuki, 1-2. And Nolasco wants to talk to Suzuki. Tim Stauffer warming up in the bullpen. Nolasco sailing along through 2 innings, but then the leadoff walk and the whole inning has just kind of crumbled.
Well, I'm just sitting back. Nolasco throwing a lot of breaking balls, not really establishing the fastball whatsoever. And when he has, he's missed with it, or he's left it out over the plate. Here's a chance right here to bust them hard in. Everything's been away.
His 40th pitch this inning. Got him with a breaking ball. Tigers with 3 runs. Nolasco leaves 3 on. Brian Dozier trying to get the Twins on the board in the 4th. Anibal Sanchez pitching now with a 3-0 lead, and he's been the game changer when it comes to facing Minnesota. The T-Mobile game changer in his last 9 appearances against the Twins. Sanchez has a 2-1 mark, a 1.93 ERA, 49 strikeouts in 46 2/3 innings. Brian Dozier takes strike 1. He'll be followed by Joe Mauer and Torrey Hunter. Dozier had a pop-up on the first pitch he saw. Castellanos had to climb halfway up the mound to make the catch. On the outside corner, 0-2. Twins so far on the year, 12 innings worth of at-bats, just 6 singles. Haven't taken a walk yet. 1-2. I want to pass along congratulations to the Minnesota Wild.
Yes.
Mike Yeo and the staff. Surviving a slow start to the year and clinching a playoff spot last night.
Congratulations, go Wild.
Tapped to short. Routine play for Iglesias. 1 down. Time now to take a look at our Carsoup.com trivia question. Who hit Minnesota's first home run last year? Years ago, we used to have a little contest, you and I did, about who was making a call and who was going to make or hit the first home run. Unfortunately, we still have that opportunity this year, and we're into the middle innings of game 2. Mauer bounced to second his first time up. Ball 1. I'm just going to guess Chris Colabello. He was the American League Player of the Month in April last year. A strike, 1-1. Mauer with a single in the 9th inning of Monday's game. And a solid line drive single to the pull side. Joe's worked awfully hard with Tom Bernansky on being able to do that. Trying to use the whole field more effectively. And that'll bring up Torrey Hunter.
There's Bruno right there.
Got his stocking cap on. California boy.
Keep those ears warm.
Guy from St. Paul just doesn't have flaps down on his cap. The manager, just a regular cap. He's not cold at all. Got a hood, but he's not wearing it. Here's Hunter. Swing and a miss. I'm talking about Hunter and his comments after the strikeout that ended the game on Monday. It may cost Torrey some money. Not flattering words for Joe West. Here's a roller foul. But we'll take a look at the strikeout that ended the game.
All you'd like is your home plate umpire, if a question is called like this. Torrey thought he held up. Just ask that first base umpire for help.
Wasn't close to a swing. Twins fans may remember that in Milwaukee years ago, I think it was in Ron Gardenhire's first year as manager, Hunter Wendelstedt ended a game that way with Doug Minkiewicz in the box. Torrey with some pointed comments about West, and I don't know, if it costs anybody money, it's going to cost Torrey money, but I was glad to hear him say what he said. And you know, Twins have lost a lot of games the last 4 years, and I think in the minds of some, and I'm not suggesting at all it's accurate, but I think some people thought there was some complacency with some players on the roster, and that's not the case with Torrey. He took exception, and the competitive fire still very much burning.
Yeah, you're darn right, it better be. You know, I mean, you're wearing a major league uniform, you're playing a kid's game. Torrey didn't know how much longer he's going to play, but throughout his career he's played with a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of desire, and that drive to want to win and not give up.
2-2 to Hunter with Mauer at first. Foul back. Torrey, part of that 2002 team that started a run of division championships. I was talking with Eddie Guardado late in spring training about that team, and it's one of my favorite teams to cover because there was a defiance up and down throughout that roster. Pulled foul. And Torrey, a big part of a good nucleus of ball players the Twins had, and over 1,100 wins as a starting outfielder.
Yeah, look at that. Look who's number one right there, Al Kaline. All these great Detroit Tiger ball clubs here. He's missed. He's still down in Florida with his wife that is ill.
And Hunter driving one down the line, and that'll hook foul. He's having a great at bat here against Sanchez, hoping for a payoff at the end. But Torrey, you know, think of all the characters, all the type A personalities on that 2002 team. Pierzynski, Guardado, Hunter, Koski, Ortiz.
Was Minkiewicz there then?
Minkiewicz, sure.
Yeah.
And then maybe the mellowest guy to ever wear a Twins uniform, Brad Radke. Radke had a type Z personality.
He didn't show a lot of emotion on the field, but he had emotion.
And Hunter finally strikes out. A long battle, but Sanchez wins it.
Sanchez picks up his fourth strikeout.
Torrey knows he was a leader back then, and the Twins expect him to do the same thing in his second stint.
No matter what team I'm on, I always want to make everybody around me better, you know, and that's the way I was taught. You know, having guys like Kirby Puckett and, you know, Dave Winfield sit down and talk to me and impart to me, that's something that I picked up from those guys, and I just want to give it back and be fruitful. All this knowledge I've accumulated from failures, you know, and made some adjustments and made it better. I want to be able to give it back and help these guys, and maybe they don't have to go through the struggles that I went through.
You know, well said by Torrey Hunter, but you know, you can put a young kid next to Torrey Hunter, but will he listen? That's the thing. Torrey Hunter listened.
A little pop-up spun into short center. Iglesias retreating and making the catch.
Twins, and then he reacted.
Twins get another single and leave another runner on base.
The same guy as he was in 2007, except older and wrinklier.
A guy you always listen to.
He always tells me, he goes, see what happens, because you never know.
Glad to have him.
Respect the heck out of him.
Knows how to have fun, but when he walks down that tunnel, it's game on. Give me Torrey Hunter.
Having a tough time getting on track with a hitless start to the season, 3 strikeouts. Alex Avila will lead off the fourth as he did the third. Torrey with a nice catch in right field early in the ball game, but the Tigers scored 3 and left 3 in a long third inning for Nolasco. He'll hope for a quicker inning here in the fourth. Strike on the outside corner.
And again, that's the pitch he needs to control better, that fastball. Good tail on that fastball to get strike one on Avila, who he walked to lead off that third inning.
Slow breaking ball. Clock that at 71 miles per hour. Avila got the biggest hit here on Monday, an opposite field 2-run home run, and maybe the biggest plate appearance in this game will be his leadoff walk in the third. Tigers need a comeback year for Avila. His numbers have been steadily declining over the last 3 years. And that to the backstop.
You know, as a pitcher, you look back at innings that maybe didn't go your way, and if you see a walk in there, especially that leadoff walk, that eats at you more than, you know, the base hit that Kinsler got.
Look at Avila's numbers and the not so steady or not so small decline. It's been a rather sharp decline over the last few years.
Well, main reason is the concussions that he's had.
And again, Nolasco walks him.
Fourth walk of the ball game for Nolasco. One of those an intentional walk to Victor Martinez last inning.
And now Iglesias, who stroked a double off the wall and left. Nolasco fell behind Iglesias, and shortstop was in a favorable count throughout his at bat.
2-1 fastball that came running in on him.
And now 1-0 to Iglesias. Second inning in a row where Tim Stauffer is getting loose in the Twins bullpen. That hits the corner, and Iglesias doesn't agree. And a fastball burning the outside corner, 1-2. A crooked number early led the Tigers to a win Monday. And a crooked number again early against Nolasco here this afternoon. Bounce to third. And Plouffe had no play in reality. A one-hop throw didn't have much behind it, but Iglesias, a very fast runner, beats out an infield hit.
Well, talking about that fastball in, again, watch this where this pitch is. Not a bad pitch, but if every pitch is a breaking ball or something off speed, hitters are going to start leaning out over the plate. And you see that pitch almost hit the plate when Iglesias made contact. Another swinging bunt in front of Plouffe.
Goes has hit the ball in the air twice. He may be asked to lay down a bunt here. Not a whole lot of lead speed with Avila at second. Plouffe in on the grass at third. Mauer cheating in a step or two at first. Down and in, ball one.
Did not show bunt there.
And a solid hit to right field. Hunter will try to cut it off, but it rolls by him onto the warning track, and 2 runs will score. Goes, flies to third base with a 2-run triple. Nobody out here in the fourth. And Nolasco is going to be taken out of the ball game.
Well, fastball down and Goes, who was not asked to bunt. Torrey trying to cut it off and got underneath his glove. It'll be a 2-run triple for Goes. And not a good outing for Ricky Nolasco.
The first 2 men reached in the 3rd inning. The first 3 men reach and chase Nolasco out here in the 4th. Debut of Tim Stauffer.
Yeah, Tim Stauffer, 32 years old in his first season. 9 seasons he wore a San Diego Padre uniform, signed a 1-year contract over the winter for the Twins. Scouting report on Stauffer. Sinking fastball, 4-seam fastball, curveball, and a knuckle curveball along with a changeup.
See, 3 starts last year for the Padres, and he was brought into camp ostensibly as a candidate to be the 5th starter. And very early on, he really struggled. Had a couple of very rough outings, and Twins decided to have him start his year in the bullpen. And the spring training numbers were a little bit better toward the end.
A lot of people in San Diego feel that this is his best role. He did some starting, 73 starts for the Padres and 183 appearances overall.
Oh, 0-2 to Kinsler. Hit hard and foul. So over parts of 9 years with the Padres, 73 starts, 110 relief appearances. And a career mark 32, 34, ERA of under 4, less than a hit per inning pitched. Infield in, and Kinsler drives it to the gap in left center. And that ball rolls under Schaefer's glove, and Kinsler, who was going to get a double, will get third base. They're going to wave him around. No, they put a stop sign on very late. Dave Clark waved Kinsler around and then almost had to tackle him as he rounded third base.
Well, that's what you want that runner to do, is pick up that coach. And Dave Clark with that ball right in front of him. If that ball was not thrown to the cutoff man, Kinsler would have been asked to head toward home plate. But it should be an error on Schaefer, allowing Kinsler to go from second to third. A breaking ball left up. And Kinsler, beautiful swing. Nice piece of hitting. Drives in, goes for the 3rd run. Ball skipping past Schaefer.
Difference between Hunter's play in right field. Torrey, who tried to cut off the angle and reached down and didn't quite get to the ball. You could see Schaefer actually got to a spot where he should have been able to hold Kinsler to a double. The infield in now. Ooh, high and tight to Cabrera. Wow. 1-1.
And the scoring is, it's a RBI double for Kinsler, driving in his third run of the ball game, and the error by Schaefer. Running fastball, and Cabrera gets out of the way.
Now, I was handed a note saying it was a single, but clearly that would have been a double.
Yes.
There is an error charged to Schaefer nevertheless. That's pulled foul.
Where this ball is hit for Kinsler, that has to be a double right there, because Schaefer has to go to his right. Kinsler not slowing down at all. He's heading for a second, and then he sees that ball get away and scoots over to third.
1-2 to Cabrera. Just off the outside corner, 2-2. All 6 runs charged to Nolasco in 3+ innings. 6 hits and 4 walks. Omar Vizquel flaps down. And wide of third. Two and two to Cabrera. And now a full count. Twins were able to get through the ball game on Monday with just 2 pitchers. J.R. Graham pitched a couple innings in relief for Phil Hughes. The Twins want Stauffer to pitch through the middle innings here and pitch effectively. Full count. And a bouncer backhanded by Santana. And he throws across to Mauer for the first out of the inning. Put down the yard tools if you have found them yet this spring. Pick up your glove. Check out the new 2015 Weekend Warrior ticket package. Get all Friday, all Saturday, or all Sunday home games. Become a Twins season ticket holder today. Get your ticket to summer. Call 833-TWINS. Visit twinsbaseball.com/Weekend Warrior for more information or to place a deposit. Victor Martinez will be intentionally walked. So actually a decent day. Ooh, Suzuki had to leap to bring down ball 1. Actually a decent day here on Monday, but very cold. It's supposed to be warmer with a lot of rain again tomorrow. Second intentional walk issued by the Twins. And again, in Nolasco's 3rd and 4th innings, he walked the leadoff man and ended up paying the price. Avila both times, oddly. And now J.D. Martinez.
I'll see how the middle part of the infield right now. They're about halfway, looking maybe for a double play ball. Stauffer with that sinker. Runners at first and third.
Pitch tracks presented by Chrysler. Down and away, ball 1. And now 2-0.
Twins turn 2 double plays here on Monday afternoon. Already 6-0 Tigers.
Chopped foul. The velocity for Stauffer has been an issue. Twins had him in the low 90s, scouting him, and he hasn't been able to get it out of the upper 80s. On the outside corner.
Good pitch right there.
At 89 in a real good spot. Line to Plouffe. A bullet for out number 2. And that'll bring up Cespedes. Cespedes with an infield hit in the 3rd. Velasco struck him out swinging in the 2nd. And that kicks away from Suzuki. Got that on his bare hand.
Ouch.
He had no chance to block that ball, and Suzuki took it on the bare hand.
Yeah, the breaking ball in the left-handed hitter's batter's box. And Suzuki's going to walk out to the mound with his right hand in his back pocket, trying to get some feeling back in there.
That looked bad because it looked like it got him in the thumb.
I remember in spring training there were a couple like that. Suzuki getting his hand in the way.
And Suzuki motioning with his glove, stay in the dugout. But that just looked on the replay like it got him in the worst possible spot, the thumb.
Well, it's already cold here, and he's kind of looking at that thumb.
So a wild pitch. There's been an error in the inning. 3 hits, 2 walks, another mess here in the 4th. One and 0. Off the plate, 2-0. Bounce to the right side. Dozier crouches to field the grounder. Throws out Cespedes. But another 8 men back, and 4 of them score in the 4th. on our Pepsi fans of the game. Bundled up here in Detroit. Game time temperature 39 degrees. Twins down 7-0. They've been shut out through 13 innings of at-bats to start the season. One strike to Trevor Plouffe. Arcia and Suzuki will follow. Fly ball right center field. And goes in front of Martinez. One away. So far in the year, the Twins have just 6 singles. Oswaldo Arcia will hit, and I'm watching the on-deck circle to see, hopefully, Kurt Suzuki eventually appear there. Remember, he took a pitch off his, what appeared to be his thumb. He has his helmet on. He's ready to take his at-bat. Arcia with a single to center his first time up.
I'm sure Dave Prumer, the head trainer, took a look at Kurt Suzuki, make sure he's all right.
Tough enough task for the Twins hitters against Sanchez, but now he's out there with the confidence of a 7-run lead. One strike. And Arcia hits it a mile in the air. And almost on top of home plate. Avila with the catch, 2 down. A foul out for a couple of quick outs in the 5th. Follow Twins baseball all year this year with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At bat is up to the moment, at any moment, with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcast, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet. Here is Suzuki. Hit a fly ball to left his first time up. Strike one.
And Sanchez pounding the strike zone with that fastball.
Better than a 2-to-1 strike to ball ratio so far on the day for Sanchez. Just wide of the plate.
No walks, 4 strikeouts for Sanchez.
On the outside corner. And driven foul. Have another game scheduled tomorrow, weather permitting. And we'll see how different the lineup looks for the Twins. Paul Molitor saying he wanted to try to get everybody in. Yeah, well, now that fouled off his front leg.
Yeah, running fastball, 2-seamer inside.
Things like that might get Chris Herman into the lineup tomorrow.
Watch this ball run in on Suzuki. Ouch.
It's off his right leg. No, it was his front leg. 1-2 with 2 gone here in the 5th. Up the middle, Iglesias to his left. And Suzuki is thrown out for the 3rd time today, the 9th time already this year. The Twins go down 1-2-3.
Twins don't forget at Twin home games, you're bringing your Circle Me signs. You may find yourself on a Minnesota Lottery winner circle where you could win $100 worth of lottery scratch-off tickets courtesy of the Minnesota Lottery. Hi, family.
6 earned runs charged to Ricky Nolasco and an unearned run charged to Tim Stauffer because of the Schaefer error. And now Schaefer will pitch to the bottom third of the Tiger lineup. Castellanos, Avila, and Iglesias. 24 pitches, 13 strikes for Stauffer in his Twins debut. Strike on the outside corner. Castellanos with a fly to center and a strikeout. He was a 9th man to bat in the 3-run third. And again on the outside corner with an upper 80s fastball.
You know, you see a lot of relievers will only work out of the stretch position, but Stauffer, because he has so many starts, also likes to work out of a windup with nobody on.
Fouled back. Stauffer filling the role that we anticipated Mike Pelfrey filling. Toward the end of spring training, Pelfrey lost out on his bid to be a 5th starter. And he was supposed to be the long man. But then, of course, the Irvin Santana suspension, Pelfrey was moved back into the rotation. Now Stauffer filling a role that was held by Anthony Swarzak, whom the Twins will see when the Cleveland Indians come to town in the homestand. There's Pelfrey. He'll make the start this weekend in Chicago. One and two. And fouled away.
Now, I think we saw the importance of Anthony Swarzak, just like we'll see throughout the summer of Tim Stauffer if this is his role. Give me 2, 3, sometimes maybe 4 innings to take the burden off the rest of the guys in the bullpen when maybe your starter doesn't go deep into the ball game. Very, very important role.
And now in the dirt, 2 and 2. And Swarzak apparently will fill a similar role for Terry Francona and the Indians.
Now, Stauffer, 32 years old. He was a Padres #1 pick, 4th overall in the 2003 draft. Just misses with that breaking ball. Attended the University of Richmond in Richmond, Virginia. Born in Portland, Maine.
Full count. Tapper to short. Waist high hop for Santana. 1 down. Let's go to Jamie Hirsch.
Thanks, guys. Well, the young Twins players stayed very busy this offseason. Here are 3 things you need to know about their winter activities. Oswaldo Arcia played in the Caribbean Series for Venezuela with his younger brother Orlando. Danny Santana took the winter off to relax and enjoy some time with his wife and his young daughter. And Kenneth Vargas played winter ball in Puerto Rico, where he had a walk-off hit to send his team to the Caribbean Series championship. Of course, Twins fans hoping to see those youth highlights here soon.
Thank you, Jamie.
Stauffer now pitching to Alex Avila. Swing and a miss, 1 strike. Avila with 2 leadoff walks against Nolasco. And the leadoff walks eventually cost Nolasco 3 runs in the 3rd, 3 more in the 4th. Tigers added an unearned run in the 4th, so it's a 7-0 ball game. 1-1. And now 2-1. Couple of good plate appearances for Avila. Strike called, 2-2. And I guess at the opposite end of the spectrum, the 4 plate appearances for Brett Laurie last night. 4 at bats.
Pitcher's dream.
4 at bats, 4 strikeouts on 12 pitches. Now that's a bad day at work right there.
Well, I guess you only have one way to go, and that's up. First, we need contact.
Right. 2-2. And now 3-2. Stauffer tried to get the inside corner, but missed. Walks a part of Avila's game, so I mean that's when you're hitting in the low 200s, you stay in the lineup by drawing some walks, and he's just drawn his third walk of the ball game.
See Neil Allen on the phone. 6 walks for the staff so far. Nolasco 4, now 1 intentional, and then Stauffer's 2 walks, 1 intentional. Both of those intentional to Victor Martinez for Nolasco and Stauffer.
Avila drawing about 1 walk for every 6 at bats, so his walk rate's up there, but still need to throw it over the plate. Here's Iglesias, 1 strike. Past Mauer, he chops one into right field. Avila will hold up at second. Dave Clark was motioning him toward third, and he glares out there at the runner at second base. Avila dropped anchor as soon as he rounded second base.
Iglesias, his 3rd hit of the ball game, just slashing it the other way. Joe jumps off, but just out of his reach. Torrey Hunter does a good job of charging this ball, as Avila knows who's out there. Torrey Hunter stays at second base.
The 8 and 9 batters for the Tigers have reached all 6 times in the game here today. And goes, lifts one foul over the Tiger dugout. Goes drove a ball to right center field, a solid hit, and it skipped under Hunter's glove as he was trying to cut the ball off. It went for a 2-run triple. He was the last batter that Nolasco faced. And now to center, and that ball is trapped by Schaefer, and now they've got to play at second base. The runner, Iglesias, I'm assuming Dozier stepped on second, didn't he?
Actually, no, the ball was over his head. Joe Mauer cut it off. But actually, Avila, he took the gamble that was a base hit. If Schaefer's able to catch this ball, let Schaefer come in. Avila takes off, but the ball 1 hop. Schaefer fell, got the ball back in.
Yeah.
And off the tip of the glove of Dozier, if he's able to catch it, tag the bag, it'd be a force out. But instead, bases loaded. Goes gets his 2nd hit of the ball game.
And now Kinsler with the bases loaded. Still only 1 out in the inning.
Kinsler's already driven in 3 of the 7 runs.
And strike 1.
Two-run single in the 3rd inning, and then I'm giving him a double.
Yeah,
RBI double.
That has to be a double.
Yep.
Schaefer was running away from the infield and had the ball get by him. An error charge to Schaefer, but I'm leaving my score sheet intact, giving Kinsler a double. I think that'd be changed. And a check swing, and Kinsler nearly hit by Stauffer's pitch. It's 1-2. Stauffer came up and in to Cabrera in the 4th inning.
Well, Kinsler, a guy that's right on top of the plate.
Lifted to the left field corner, chased by Arcia. Makes a foul ball catch. And it'll be a fly ball deep enough to drive in Kinsler's 4th run of the day.
Well, it looked like a breaking ball. He just got the barrel of the bat out to create that fly ball. deep enough for Avila to tag up, and Avila scores for the third time in a ball game via the walk. And Kinsler with the 4 runs batted in.
Now Cabrera, a walk in the first, an RBI double in the third, and then a bouncer to short in the fourth. Up the middle, base hit. And another run will score. Iglesias scoring from second. So now Stauffer's been charged for an unearned run and 2 more earned runs here in the 5th.
Cabrera picks up his second hit, his second RBI of the ball game. Jumping on that fastball, came right back over the plate, up the middle. Iglesias in his speed scores from second base and scoots over to third.
Stauffer faces 11 men, and 5 of them reach. And he will yield, I believe, for Graham, who will come in for the second time this year. Maybe the best highlight was his major league debut after some butterflies early on. J.R. Graham pitched pretty well.
Yeah, 2 shutout innings here on Monday afternoon, even though the Twins lost 4-0. Graham, just 25 years old, a Rule 5 pickup draft from the Braves organization last year in Double-A. Worked out of a jam in his first major league inning, and then a pretty nifty bottom of the 8th yesterday.
And the damage begins in the 5th inning with a walk. A 1-out walk to Avila. And now base hit, sacrifice fly, single. And the Tigers have added at least 2 more. 2 outs in the inning, and Victor Martinez, who has drawn 2 walks today. 1 intentional, 1 unintentional.
Martinez did face Graham here to lead off the 8th inning. He got a base hit here on Monday.
Right to Mauer. And Graham ends the inning on 1 pitch. Another good inning for the Tigers, though, as they've scored in 3 straight innings.
Parks in the big leagues, I think.
You know you're in Tiger territory when you walk in with the orange and the blue and the Lions and Tigers and everything else they got around that place.
Only Miguel Cabrera can hit a home run in the center field there.
That's a pretty deep place to hit.
And anytime you can go in there and beat the Tigers is a great day.
I had a great time with my time there with the Tigers, so yes, gets a thumbs up.
And again this year, the Tigers expect to draw more than 3 million fans. Jordan Schaefer leading off for the Twins in the sixth, still looking for their first run of the season. 1 strike.
And Sanchez again with that big lead, just pounding the strike zone. 61 pitches, 42 strikes.
One and one. 9-0. Twins with just a pair of singles. Again, they haven't taken a walk yet this year. Up around the hands, 2-1. This was supposed to be Justin Verlander's start, but the Tigers put him on the disabled list today. Hope to have him back by the end of the month. Driven hard to right field. That ball is off the fence hard, and Schaefer rounds first, and he has the first Twins extra base hit.
Yes, good way to start.
Leadoff double for Schaefer, and that'll bring up Santana.
Well, Sanchez came in with a fastball. See, Avila wanted it away and left out over the plate, and Schaefer one-hopping the fence. Martinez gets it back in quickly, but Schaefer a double, his second hit of the season.
Well, Santana will look for his first hit of the season, and maybe in the process driving in the first run of the game. Upstairs, ball one. And now over for a strike. Santana called out on strikes in the third inning. Twins had a leadoff single that inning. Schaefer, the first Twins runner to reach second base against Sanchez. Yet to get a runner to third base on the season.
More importantly, home.
Yeah, but you got to get to third before you get home. 1-2. And Santana just got a piece of it.
I tried to sneak the fastball by him, up and in. Santana took a call third strike to end the third inning. Sanchez with 4 strikeouts in a ball game, making his 195th major league start. 70 major league wins, 64 losses. Very good 3.53 earned run average over his career.
Santana with a couple of lineouts, a couple of flyouts, and a couple of strikeouts so far in the season. And another strikeout, 1 away.
And strikeout number 5.
That'll bring up Dozier.
Well, take a look at this movement right here. Avila sitting away. And that two-seamer had some run on it.
And now Dozier. Dozier 1 for 6 on the season. A 9th inning single in the ball game on Monday. Popped up, back, and out of play. 1 strike. Killed on the ground, right to Castellanos. 2 down, and Schaefer stuck at second. And that'll bring up Mauer. May 6th, it's the 11th annual Kids in the City, celebrating the Fox Sports North Boys and Girls Clubs All-Stars. The event starts with a pregame party at Fulton Brewery, followed by the Twins and A's. Cost is $75 and includes food, beverages, and ticket to the game. Visit foxsportsnorth.com. Click on upcoming events on the Hot Topics bar for details.
Pretty good deal right there.
Here's Mauer. Line drive single to right his last time up. Down and in, ball 1. And missing up and in again. Not discounting Sanchez's injury situation last year, but it wasn't an elbow and it wasn't a shoulder. It was kind of a freakish thing in each case, a fingernail issue and the pectoral muscle, the chest muscle issue. 3-0. The bottom line is he wasn't able to take the ball every 5th day, but Tigers have been very healthy in the pitching department over the last few years. That's why there's some level of concern certainly regarding Verlander. It's in the back of his pitching arm up around the shoulder area, and it hasn't gone away after a week and a half. 3-1 to Mauer. And swinging a foul. 3-2. Joe, the only Twins player so far with 2 hits, looking for his 3rd hit of the season here, and see if the Twins can get their first run of the season. Foul back. All the Twins hits, and there have only been 6 of them prior to this inning, were singles until Schaefer's leadoff double. 2 outs later, he's still there at second base. Popped up to deep short. Iglesias out, and Schaefer stranded at second after the leadoff double. See where Toyota takes you. Test drive one at your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. And by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us.
Welcome back to Comerica Park. Aaron Thompson coming in to pitch for the Twins, and it has been a whirlwind of a week for him. He was sent down to AAA Rochester last Tuesday, but then called up again on Friday, taking Irvin Santana's spot on the roster. It was all so sudden that all of his gear, except for his glove and his cleats, was on the truck to Rochester already, so he's been borrowing everything else for now, but he is so happy to be here. He told me this morning he got a little emotional watching the opening day ceremony and having his name called for the first time. He says it's been quite a journey for him, and he wants to prove that he belongs now at this level.
Yeah, a little bit of major league experience with the Pirates in 2011, and then made 7 relief appearances last year for the Twins. Thompson, 28 years old. He was the #1 pick by the Marlins back in 2005.
First pitch, a foul ball that seemed to sting Kerwin Danley. It'll be J.D. Martinez, Yoenis Cespedes, and Nick Castellanos. Two strikes to J.D. Martinez. The Irvin Santana suspension impacted 2 players positively for their careers, and the Twins hope that eventually things will work out for Mike Pelfrey in the rotation and Aaron Thompson out of the bullpen. Pelfrey vacated a bullpen spot by moving into the rotation, and that spot inherited by Thompson. 1-2. Line to Dozier. 1 down. And that'll bring up Cespedes. When Cespedes was traded from Oakland to Boston the middle of last year, again, the gain for Oakland was John Lester. But we came into Oakland shortly after the trade was made. A little bouncer to second. And it was a stunning. I mean, Bob Melvin and the A's were still reeling from the trade because Cespedes meant so much to that developing lineup that the A's had. And some people still think that trade, as much as it got him a great pitcher in John Lester, really started what was a gradual slide for the A's.
Yeah, short-term pitcher in Lester. Now, Lester, of course, signed that huge contract with the Chicago Cubs. But you're right, it was like their balloon was just deflated. You know, and when he left, he was kind of, like you mentioned, kind of the heart and soul.
Castellanos grounds it foul behind Dave Clark. 1 strike. And another one grounded foul. Thompson had a good year last year in Rochester, did okay with the Twins, had a good spring training, and how long he remains up here at the big league level depends on how he fares in situations like this. Back to the mound. Twins will take a 1-2-3 inning anytime they can get them. Second one today in what has been a Tiger rout so far. Tigers so far here today.
Well, Ricky Nolasco, not the opening day assignment he wanted, his first start. He gave up 6 hits in 3+ innings, 6 runs all earned, 4 walks, 1 intentional with a couple strikeouts. But Anibal Sanchez, he has been outstanding. 6 shutout innings. He's given up only 3 hits, a couple singles, and a double.
Torrey Hunter will lead off the Twins' 7th inning, still looking for their first run of the year. Torrey looking for his first hit. And there's strike 1.
22 batters faced for Sanchez, 14 first pitch strikes.
Just off the outside corner. Close pitch, 1-1.
I want to say happy 97th birthday to Helen Sylvia. She's out of Hibbing, Minnesota. Happy 97th to you, young lady.
And inside, Hunter grounds it foul, 1-2. Four nothing on Monday, 9-0 so far here today for the Tigers. Very high. Playing a Twins team that handled Detroit pretty well. In fact, they won the season series from the Tigers last year, but Twins across the board getting off to a slow start, particularly in the starting pitching department. Phil Hughes completed 6 innings but gave up some early runs that cost him and the Twins a defeat on opening day. And Nolasco had a couple of scoreless innings, but then things kind of spun out of control. Vargas will hit next. And foul back by Hunter. Popped up right side. Kinsler under it. 1 away. Carsoup.com trivia question: who hit Minnesota's first home run last season?
I'm going with Chris Colabello.
And it was Josmil Pinto. In Chicago. Twins open the season in Chicago last year. They'll go there after this series ends tomorrow. Here's Vargas. And there's strike 1. Vargas went down swinging in the second, popped up to short in the fourth. And off the plate, 1-1. One and two.
Sanchez doing a good job of changing speeds. That fastball at 86. He's pumped it up to about 91. Working both sides of the plate extremely well. Fastball up in the zone. Rodavila wants it. And it's up, just misses up.
2-2. Again, the Twins haven't done much offensively, and they haven't drawn a walk yet.
There's a speed range: 74 low, 93 high. Now going inside.
And now 3-2. Plouffe on deck. There's the first walk taken by a Twins batter this season, and Vargas is at first with one down. And it'll bring up Plouffe.
That's a good walk too. You know, you haven't scored a lot of runs. Of course, hitters go up there, especially young hitters. You want to be the first one to drive the ball, and this fastball Vargas takes it. Very close pitch. But the first walk.
Bloof called out on strikes in the second, hit a fly ball to center in the fifth. Ball one. And a strike that covers the inside corner. It's all the way up to 42 degrees here right now.
Warming up.
Talking about a high of about 60 tomorrow, but rain, we hope, off and on. That's the best we can hope for regarding the precipitation tomorrow. Hope to be able to get the game in. 2-1.
That'll be Kyle Gibson against Shane Green. Green, a newcomer to the Tigers from the Yankees.
Foul back.
Gibson had a good spring. I enjoyed watching him pitch in spring training. I think he's going to have a very solid year.
2-2. Avila sets up inside. Close pitch. And where there have been some velocity concerns for a lot of the Twins pitchers in spring training, just the opposite for Gibson. If anything, he threw harder than he did at any time last year. So he'll get the ball tomorrow. Full count. Vargas probably not taking off here, I wouldn't think. Paul Molitor likes to use the running game, but not with Vargas, I'd suspect. Now the Twins went 15 innings without drawing a walk, and now here in the sixth they draw back-to-back walks.
That brings out pitching coach Jeff Jones. Quick trip to the mound by the pitching coach.
You know what they say, Bert? Couple of walks, couple of hits, somebody jacks one, we're right back in this thing.
Going to do that what, 3 times?
Saturday, MLB returns to Fox Sports 1, a doubleheader as the Red Sox take on the Yankees in the Bronx, followed by a playoff rematch as the Royals battle Mike Trout and the Angels. Coverage beginning Saturday at 11:30 Central on Fox Sports 1, streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Jeff Jones walked out to the mound, said throw it over the plate, and now he's walking back. You got a 9-0 lead. Throw it over the plate. Here's Arcia. Did anyone ever, in your 23 years of Major League pitching, and let's just say 50 trips to the mound per year, times 20, over 1,000 trips to the mound, somebody came out to talk to you. Did anybody ever say anything that helped you?
No, first of all, I told him to stay away. Well, sometimes I'd say, what took you so long?
Right. Swing and a miss, 0-2. It seems to be working here. He's ahead of Arcia, 0-2. But now, you know, Jones was being facetious, but does want Sanchez to throw it over the plate, and Sanchez wants to throw it over.
I think they want to get him through this inning right here. Pitch number 100 coming toward home plate right now by Sanchez. You know, you're going to have little hiccups through a ball game as a pitcher. Jones, I'm sure, just came back to try to get him refocused. Let's go. Don't try to be too cute out here. You have a 9-0 lead. And you can see by inning right now the most pitches he's thrown. Very, very good numbers, 1 through 6.
And Arcia strikes out.
And strikeout number 6 for Sanchez.
And they don't want him to get through the inning because they're going to come out and get him out here.
Straight over the top fastball, and Arcia swings through it. And again, excellent control here this afternoon by Anibal Sanchez as he leaves.
And Sanchez runs off the mound. He continues to pitch well in Comerica Park against the Minnesota Twins. Now the Major League debut. As you look at Sanchez and what he's done here, finally yielding way to Angel Nesbitt.
And Nesbitt making his Major League debut, making it from Double-A, where he pitched last year. Split between Double-A and Single-A. But Sanchez, good afternoon. As he acknowledges the crowd.
Sanchez continuing his mastery over the Twins. So it's Angel Nesbitt who will pitch here with the Twins putting runners on first and second now with 2 down, and Suzuki at the plate taking strike 1. Former minor league closer, and Nesbitt in part making the team because Justin Verlander not the only Detroit pitcher on the disabled list. Bruce Rondon, who they thought was going to make the team, is on the disabled list as well.
Yeah, Nesbitt, Scott report, good fastball in the mid-90s. That slider right there and a changeup. 20 saves last year between Single-A and Double-A in 48 ball games. Their combined ERA at 1.48 in 48 games.
1-1 to Suzuki.
And a strikeout pitcher, 72 strikeouts in 67 innings pitched.
Two and one.
Nesbitt, 24 years old, from Venezuela, signed by the Tigers in 2009.
And now 3-1. Schaefer on deck.
Always exciting. We saw J.R. Graham make his Major League debut here on Monday.
He and Kroll warming up.
Now Nesbitt making his Major League debut.
Chopper towards short, and Iglesias fires on the run, and the Twins leave 2 more aboard. Nesbitt gets the final out of the 7th inning.
Copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins.
Twins making some changes. We'll get you up to date on those. Here's the Tiger box score, and that's a very productive top and bottom when you factor in Avila's 3 walks.
Yeah, you see the middle of the lineup. I mean, you know, Martinez walked a couple times, but it's the first 3 and the last 2 that have done all the damage.
So Avila facing Aaron Thompson, and Thompson will try to not walk him. 3 walks, 3 runs scored, and the 3 walks, Dozier tries to flag it down, and Avila reaches for the 4th time. Beating the shift, hitting it hard enough through the infield shift. Dozier diving to his right and just trying to flag down that first hop. Eduardo Nunez at third. That's moving Trevor Plouffe across the diamond to first base. And then Shane Robinson in right field replacing Torrey Hunter. So Chris Herman and Eduardo Escobar, the only 2 bench players not to get into play yet this year. And there's a chance they might both be in the lineup tomorrow.
Yeah, Escobar got the pinch hit yesterday.
Oh, that's right, yes.
Or, excuse me, Monday.
Danny Santana scuffling a little bit in the first 2 games of the season. We might see Escobar at short tomorrow. 1-1 to Iglesias. Twins having a hard time getting him out. And he's got his 4th hit. He had 7 hits throughout the entire spring training. He's already got 6 hits this year.
Well, remember, he missed all of last year, so he's just trying to make it up real quick. 2 hits in Monday's ball game, 4 hits here today. A double, 3 singles.
Thompson had a quick 1-2-3-6, but he, like Nolasco and Stauffer, having a tough time getting the 8 and 9 batters out. We talked about how the Tigers have some length to their lineup with J.D. Martinez picked away from the Astros last year. Now Cespedes joins them. But you don't expect the 8-9-1-2 guys to be the guys that beat you. 1-0 to Anthony Goes. He's got a couple of hits, a triple and a single. Over for a strike, 1-1. It's only taken me 7 innings to figure this out, but it is a lot warmer toward the back of the booth than it is right up there by the window. Have some overhead heat back here.
Oh, that word. Why do they paint it? They point it toward the back. Why don't they point it straight down?
Well, my question would be why would, because heat rises, right? Why wouldn't you have floor heat? I mean, we figured that much out in Minnesota, that heaters are best placed on the floor because heat rises.
I said that's why my head is so big.
That's to left. Arcia retreating, still retreating, and that's over his head. And Goes is 3/4 of the way to the cycle. And the 7th inning starts with 3 straight hits against Aaron Thompson.
Well, it looked like a curveball left up, and Goes took it the other way, driving in his 3rd run of the ball game. So a 2-run triple, a base hit, and now a RBI double. Curveball just kind of hung, and good piece of hitting by Goes, taking it the other way over the head of Arcia. Avila scores for the 4th time in a ball game. Iglesias stops at 3rd.
Kinsler in a 10-0 ball game. Strike one. And spun back to the screen, 0-2. 13 hits, way too many walks allowed. Twins haven't played a good game in the field here today. And are still looking for their first run scored of the season. 1-2. Jam shot and a roller that actually fouled off the leg of Kinsler. Still 1-2.
There's Gibson watching, getting ready for tomorrow.
Popped up right side. And Dozier with the catch. First out of the inning. Owning Twins season tickets provides much more than a guaranteed seat. Season ticket holders enjoy exclusive rewards as part of the Sweet Spot Benefits Program. There's a season ticket plan to fit every fan. Learn more about package options by visiting twinsbaseball.com or by calling 833-TWINS. 28,280. The paid attendance on a chilly, bone-chilling Wednesday afternoon. On the right field line. And on the warning track into the seats. Cabrera with an RBI double in the 3rd, RBI single in the 5th. Forecast for the Twin Cities next week when we open up the season at home. Monday's supposed to be sunny and 67 degrees. And that will feel nice. Foul back again.
Yeah, opening day sold out, which was great news.
Then an off day on Tuesday. Royals are in town, the defending American League champion Kansas City Royals. Then the Cleveland Indians. 1-2 to Miguel Cabrera. Popped up right field. Robinson comes in. That's out number 2. And now Victor Martinez. Martinez hitting right-handed. For the first time this year. Twins will have one left-handed starter, Tommy Malone. And they have right now 3 left-handed relievers. Their closer, Glenn Perkins, Thompson, and Brian Dunson. One and 0. Driven to left. Arcia going back, makes a leaping catch. He got a late break on the ball going back, reached up and snagged it to end the inning. 3 more hits and a run for the Tigers that they're probably not going to need. Yesterday and able to play today. We expect good weather in Chicago when we get there to take on the White Sox. Ian Kroll comes in to pitch to the Twins in the 8th inning.
Yeah, Kroll, those are his numbers from last year. Very good out of the bullpen. 45 relief appearances. He did pick up 1 save, his first major league save.
Twins have yet to score a run. Schaefer started the 6th inning with a double off the fence in right field. Hernan Perez taking over at first base, replacing Cabrera. 1-0 to Schaefer. And now a strike. Tigers have 2 left-handed relievers, Tom Gorzolani and Ian Kroll. And 1 really good left-handed starter, David Price. 2-1.
Kroll with a fastball in the low 90s. Very good curveball and a circle changeup. There's Price keeping score.
Ball off the plate, 3-1. Twins haven't scored a run, haven't gotten a runner to third base yet this year. Santana on deck. Doinked foul near the end of the Tiger dugout. 3-2. Right down the middle. Schaefer, I think, thought it missed inside or high, but he takes a call, 3rd strike, 1 down.
Now Schaefer kind of backing away from that. And take a look at the pitch. Avila sitting pretty much down the middle of the plate.
Yeah. The top end of the strike zone. Pitch tracks presented by Carrier. One down in the 8th. Here is Santana looking for his first hit.
See how Avila caught that ball too, kind of brought the glove down. Good job by Avila kind of framing that high fastball.
That's being looked at more and more. Catchers who can catch those borderline pitches and have them called strikes. Yadier Molina, one of the best at it. Russell Martin, they say, is very, very good at that. One of the reasons the Blue Jays were interested in getting him. Who was the best?
Bob Boone.
Bob Boone was?
Yeah, he was outstanding as far as just framing his glove. Just, you know, ball outside, he'd use the outer half and bring it back in. Just soft hands.
3-0, and Santana takes a strike. Eduardo Escobar looks like he's going to hit Dozier's spot. 3-1 to Santana. And now 3-2. Kroll's had 3 ball counts to the first 2 batters. And just Renner's back with a 94-mile-per-hour fastball and strikes out Santana, who's now struck out 3 times in a row.
Right. Kroll picks up his second straight strikeout. Another fastball.
Escobar hitting in what was Dozier's spot. Dozier 0 for 3 in the day. And falling behind. What do you bet? We're going to have another 3-ball count here. Blaine Boyer warming up.
With better results.
2-0. And Escobar with a big swing and a foul, and that got Avila. And mentioned a couple of times he's dealt with concussion issues, and he's changed to that hockey style goalie mask. Made the switch in spring training, giving him some time to get used to it. 2-1 to Escobar. And now 2-2. Next pitch will be a ball.
You also see what Avila did right there. He's trying to get lower by almost putting his knee on the ground. Brad Ausmus, former catcher, now the manager, feels that he sometimes sat up too high, so they're trying to get him to get a little bit lower.
Told you. It's not just Kroll. 6 of the last plate appearances for the Twins have had a full count. Taking a couple of walks. Here comes a fastball. See if Escobar's ready for it. Right back to the pitcher. And Kroll comes out of the pen, has a 1-2-3/8 with the Twins still struggling to score a run.
And I thought it was only 20.
Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it?
Well, I'm not having any fun right now. Here's Blaine Boyer making his Twins debut. Last year with the Padres. Signed with the Twins.
High fastball at 91 miles per hour. Ball one. J.D. Martinez will hit. Then Yoenis Cespedes will hit. And then Nick Castellanos will hit. To center. Chased by Schaefer. It's over his head and goes to the wall. J.D. Martinez with a ringing double leading off the 8th inning.
Yeah, Boyer with a fastball, pretty straight right there. Normally a sinking fastball, curveball, and a changeup. A lot of big league appearances with the Braves, Cardinals, Diamondbacks, Mets, and Padres, but knows when he leaves a pitch down the middle of the plate, it's going to get hammered, and it did by J.D. Martinez getting his first hit.
Cespedes will bat. A single, a double, and a triple so far for Cespedes on the season. You see Escobar at second base. Fastball just off the outside corner. And now 2-0. And the Twins got through the ball game Monday with just 2 pitchers used, the starter Hughes and the reliever Graham. Boyer, the 5th pitcher used today, after a short start by Ricky Nolasco. Fouled over the Twins dugout.
Yeah, Blaine Boyer, 33 years old, born in Atlanta, Georgia. Did not play baseball in 2012. In 2013, signed with Kansas City. They ended up releasing him, and then he went to Japan to play. Came back to the States, signed with the Padres. Made it to the big leagues last year with the Padres.
To center. And Schaefer with the catch, 1 away. How about the Padres? My goodness. If you count any time between the end of one season and the start of the next as the off season, what an off season for the Padres, getting Craig Kimbrell right before the season started.
Well, they added Kemp and Will Myers, the Uptons.
Yeah, they have both Uptons now. And Melvin, who used to be known as BJ.
Right.
Saw Al Albuquerque. Looks like he might get the 9th inning. Ball 1 to Castellanos. And fouled away, 1-1. Grounded to Santana. 2 down. And that'll bring up McCann, the backup catcher. Twins couldn't get Avila out. 3 walks, a single, 4 runs scored. James McCann winning the job as the backup catcher to Avila.
Yeah, McCann a September call up last year. Signed by the Tigers in 2007 out of the University of Arkansas. 3 hits and 12 at-bats last September.
And Santana to his left, can't flag it down. Martinez will score, and it's 11-0.
Number 8 position for the Tigers today. Very productive. McCann jumping on the first pitch, driving in a run on his first plate appearance in 2015. Fastball right back up the middle. Drives in Martinez, and it's an 11-0 ball game.
Twins won the season series with the Tigers last year, but they didn't have to pitch to Jose Iglesias because he didn't play. He has 6 hits already in this series, 4 of them today.
Already a career high in hits for Iglesias. The 4 hits.
You know, and what the Tigers are hoping with Iglesias, he has defensive prowess. He's very smooth out there. You can tell just by watching him that he wants the ball hit to him. So what they're hoping is that he can hit enough to last a long time and anchor the position for the Tigers, and maybe 2 of the best defensive shortstops, at least in the era I've been broadcasting, made themselves good hitters, and I'm speaking about Ozzie Smith and the guy in the first base coach's box,
Omar Vizquel.
There was that question, that very same question about Omar Vizquel. Would he ever be able to hit enough to last? And what, 2,700 hits later, he answered the question. Inside 3-1, Ozzie Smith, the Hall of Famer, was known for his defensive prowess, but he really worked hard at it and willed himself into becoming a very good offensive hitter.
Yeah, Iglesias from Cuba, only 25 years old, and he draws a walk.
So the number 8 batter for Detroit has reached all 5 times. Now the number 9 batter follows suit. And that'll bring up Goes, and the Twins have had a hard time with him the last 3 at bats. He's got a single, double, and triple. At the knees, a strike. Carlos Guillen, the last Tiger to hit for the cycle, about 9 years ago. Breaking ball missing, 1-1. Now 2-1. Eighteen pitches, just 8 strikes for Boyer. Fouled away, now 2-2. You look at the 5 pitchers, and the only guy who really pitched well would be Graham, and he only threw 1 pitch. He got 1 out. Yeah, everybody else has given up runs.
Yeah, you got Martinez to ground out to Mauer at first. And this was the concern for the Twins coming out of spring training, is not the setup guys or the closer. It was this role right here.
Off the plate now, 3-2.
All new faces in Stauffer, Graham, Thompson, and now Boyer.
Fouled away. Twins have already issued, what, 7 walks on the day?
Yes,
when
too
you give
intentional, but
yeah, you give up 15 hits, 7 walks.
it's not a good day.
No. Fouled away again. Santana snags it and goes at first, and that ends the 8th inning. The last time the Tigers played their first 2 games with shutouts, Ty Cobb was playing for them. $11-0. The Tigers having a lot more fun today than the Twins, and Ian Kinsler enjoying the festivities here. Time now for What's Next, brought to you by CenturyLink, and it'll be Shane Green for the Tigers, Kyle Gibson for the Twins tomorrow.
Yeah, Shane Green will be making his Tiger debut against Kyle Gibson.
Eduardo Nunez facing Al Albuquerque. Ball 1. It will be Nunez, then Shane Robinson and Kenny Vargas due up as the Twins hope to avoid being shut out for the second day in a row to start the season. They've gone back as far as 1914, at least that long since the Tigers had shutouts in the first 2 games of the season.
Let's see if the Twins can ruin that here.
Ouch.
Hit the bag.
And that will be rolling into center field. It cost Nunez a bat and maybe a thumb, but he got it into center field for a leadoff hit.
They fought it off right back up the middle off of Albuquerque. Twins get just their 4th hit of the ball game.
Now Shane Robinson will hit.
Robinson making his Twins debut.
Robinson subbed for Torrey Hunter, who went 0 for 3 today. A couple of pop-ups and a strikeout. 1 strike to Robinson.
Robinson came in as a non-roster player, made the ball club. Those numbers with the Cardinals last year.
Over for strike 2.
With the Cardinals for 9 seasons. Up and down 5 seasons for the Cardinals.
1-2. Albuquerque features one of the better sliders out of anybody's bullpen.
Yeah, very durable last year. 72 relief appearances out of their bullpen. It's a slider missing high.
He can throw it in, but prefers to throw it out of the strike zone.
You have to have very broad shoulders to wear his name.
Yes. 2-2. And now 3-2. Chris Herman's on deck. He apparently will take over the DH duties for Vargas. And a called third strike with the slider.
There's that breaking ball right there that just froze Robinson. 9 times the Twins have struck out here this afternoon.
Chris Herman taking over the DH duties. And Herman takes strike 1.
4th season for Chris with the club. First time he's started the season with the team. Last year, 33 ball games.
High fly. Short right center. 2 away. And they're going to make a pitching change. Why on earth would they do that? It's 11-0. And with Trevor Plouffe coming to the plate, Brad Ausmus is making a pitching change. Albuquerque must have had been on a pitch count of 11.
Not a safe situation, is it? This move, unless something was wrong with Albuquerque.
No, they had this guy warmed up, and they just want to get him.
They had a lefty warmed up too.
Tom Gorzolani's warming up in case somebody, Trevor Plouffe, reaches against Joaquim Soria.
Soria in his 2nd season with the Tigers.
Here's Plouffe. Runner goes. And in defensive indifference, we'll get Nunez into scoring position. So now, if you're wanting to see the Twins score a run, a hit to the outfield might get the job done. There's a high fly to left center field. That's chasing Cespedes or whoever's out there. It's not Cespedes. Romine's out and left, and that ends it. And for the first time since Ty Cobb played for the Tigers, they've started the season with back-to-back shutouts.